Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving.
I don't wanna take advice from fools.
You always won every time you placed a bet.
Money, that's what I want.
I'm Joe Duffy, CEO of OffshoreInsiders.com, the top sports handicapping website on earth. In 2019 college football season, going into 2020, the bowl season, etc., I had both one of the greatest years ever when it came to handicapping football totals in any sport, but it was also one of the most frustrating. Why? Because an overwhelming majority of my systems were on unders. And not once, but twice during that football season, I had games go over in overtime on underplays when at the end of regulation it was at least 30 points under the total. And that would scare a lot of people off of betting totals. I've even over the years heard people say, I'm not going to bet unders, and especially in college football because of the overtime rule. I know the totals are excruciating to bet. In addition to the example I just gave you, Major League Baseball, late innings, we've all seen it where, we've got under 8.5, and it's 3 total runs going into the bottom of the 8th inning, and then the bullpen, and then a game can go into extra innings. And of course, in NBA, bombing and fouling, you could be well on pace to go under, and the live line could have you, 10 points under the total late in the game, and then all the, like I said, 3-pointers and bombs and fouling and overtime, not just in college football, but other sports. Remember, one of my golden rules, Joe Duffy's picks at offshoreinsiders.com, is never pay the psychological juice. You don't want to make a bet based on what is easier to watch, easier to root for, so to speak, which means you'd be doing what Johnny Public does. You'd always be betting on the favorites, and you'd always be betting on the overs. Now, I know after I was complaining about that second overtime loss of where I had the more than 30 points scored, of course, I got the old cliche by somebody I've known for a long time. It's like, yeah, you just got to hope these even out. Well, they really don't even out for me because, as I said, when you play mostly unders, you're not going to get these breaks in overtime. But here is where I get the last laugh, because so many people hate betting the unders. People would much rather bet overs. And when you do look at the public, we do share at offshoreinsiders.com and here on our YouTube channel and other social media, public betting patterns. And I would say college football, if you took every single sport and divided it by, 4 things, favorites, underdogs, overs, and unders, and then each individual sport, I would say the public likes betting college football games over more than any of the other subcategories. And what that creates is that tremendous opportunity. That's why disproportionately, even more so in college football than any other sport, but you're going to have a lot of great opportunities betting unders because the odds makers have to over adjust for what the public likes to do. And that's just how it really does even out for us again. Like I said, it's not going to be a case when I bet mostly unders in college football. I'm not going to be on the right side of, bad beats like that or good beats when you're on the right side. The bottom line is betting totals, you want to win under pressure, so to speak. And again, my golden rule, don't charge yourself psychological juice. That's why I've been winning for more than 30 years publicly, going back to the score phone days. That's right, folks. I've been winning for you since the 1980s on the score phones. The best picks in the industry, Joe Duffy's picks at offshoreinsiders.com.